Imagine your entire financial life sitting on a kitchen table. There's your rent or mortgage, your grocery bill, your car payment, maybe a student loan, a credit card balance, insurance, subscriptions you forgot to cancel, and a savings account that is either slowly growing or quietly judging you. For most people, money is not an abstract number. It is decisions. Can I order takeout or should I cook? Can I fix the car this month or wait? Can I take a vacation or will that become a financial crime scene? You might make tens of thousands of dollars a year, maybe more, maybe less. But a lot of it is already spoken for before it even arrives. Money comes in, money goes out, and if a surprise bill shows up, suddenly your whole month has a plot twist. Now compare that to a millionaire. A millionaire sounds insanely rich, and compared to the average person, they are. But it's also more understandable than people think. A millionaire might not have $1 million in cash sitting in a vault. More likely, their net worth is spread across a house, retirement accounts, investments, maybe a business, and some savings. Still, the difference is massive. A millionaire can often escape the daily panic of money. The car repair is annoying, not devastating. Groceries getting more expensive is frustrating, not life-altering. If the house is paid off or the investments are strong, they may have the one luxury almost everyone wants: breathing room. They can say no to a bad job. They can retire earlier. They can help their kids. They can sleep at night without mentally calculating whether a dentist appointment will ruin the budget. That is real wealth. It is not private island wealth, but it is freedom from many ordinary money fears. Now let's jump to a billionaire. And this is where your brain starts to break. $1 million is already hard to earn. A billion is 1,000 millions. If $1 was 1 second, 1 million seconds is about 11.5 days. A billion seconds is almost 32 years. That gap is ridiculous. A millionaire might buy a nice house. A billionaire might own the company that builds houses, the land under them, the bank financing them, and enough stock to gain or lose the price of a mansion before lunch. But here's the important part. Billionaires usually do not have billions just sitting in a checking account. Their wealth is ownership. They own pieces of companies, stocks, real estate, private businesses, intellectual property, assets that other people believe are valuable. So when the stock market moves, their net worth can swing by billions on paper. One day, a billionaire is worth $5 billion. The next day, a bad earnings report drops, investors panic, and suddenly hundreds of millions vanish without anyone physically taking a single dollar from a vault. It is not normal money anymore. It is scoreboard money. For you, losing $500 might mean stress. For a billionaire, losing $500 million might be a Tuesday headline. And then there is trillionaire-level wealth. A trillion is 1,000 billions, or 1 million millions. If $1 was 1 second, a trillion seconds is over 31,000 years. That is not rich person with a big house money. That is, entire industries start bending around you money. A trillionaire could, in theory, have wealth comparable to the yearly output of major countries. They could fund enormous projects, fleets of rockets, giant infrastructure, massive research labs, entire markets of influence. But again, it would not be $1 trillion in cash under a mattress. It would almost certainly be tied to ownership stakes in huge companies, stock prices, assets, debt, leverage, and investor belief. This is why someone can appear to gain or lose tens of billions without buying anything or selling anything. The world simply changes its opinion about what their ownership is worth. Near the edge of this conversation, you get people like Elon Musk, who has at times been discussed as one of the closest real-world examples of trillionaire-level potential, mainly because of ownership in companies tied to electric cars, rockets, satellites, artificial intelligence, and future markets. But even then, the point is not just one person. The point is scale. You think in bills. A millionaire thinks in freedom. A billionaire thinks in ownership. A trillionaire-level fortune thinks in markets, platforms, and the future price of things that may not fully exist yet. So the uncomfortable truth is this: the jump from average person to millionaire is enormous. It can change a life completely. But the jump from millionaire to billionaire and from billionaire to trillionaire level wealth is so huge that normal human intuition basically gives up. At some point, money stops feeling like money and becomes gravity.